MCQ 35 is an organic, and if we're going to use MCQ 34 as a basis, we do have a C4H10. Alright, so the 4 portion over here where I mentioned that the prefix of this is going to be at a but, and because there is no oxygen in this C4H10, I will then rule out the fact that it is an alcohol. I will also rule out the fact that it is actually a carboxylic acid. So that means that we should be looking at either it being an alkane or it being an alkene. And as per previous MCQ 34, the homologous formula of CnH2n plus 2 for alkane and CnH2n comes in handy. So with a 4 and a 10, it adheres towards the alkane homologous series, which then tells me that the suffix of this is going to be an A and E. We're dealing with a butane over here. So once we know it's a butane, then a lot of the answers below is actually quite easily sieved out. So first, the decolorized bromine water is going to be incorrect because it requires UV light for substitution reaction. So on the second one here, it has a lower boiling point than the compound of C3H8. Now, all organic compounds are considered to be simple covalent compound. So the C3H8 version of it is actually just one member above it in the homologous series. So this is actually propane. It adheres towards the CnH2n plus 2 ideology here. So again, if I'm dealing with butane, I have a total of 4 carbon as well as 10 hydrogen. So as a simple covalent compound, within itself is still being held by strong covalent bonds. But we do not actually again break the strong covalent bonds. A simple covalent compound, we are more concerned about the breakage of the weak intermolecular forces of attraction that's found between molecules. That's found between our molecules. So again, the green color here would have indicated that you do have the strong covalent bonds between the atoms, but we're interested in what is found between the molecules. This is going to be on your weak intermolecular forces of attraction. So coming down one member above, it's going to have only 3 carbons for propane, and because of it having 3 carbons, the extensiveness of your weak intermolecular forces of attraction is going to be less extensive. And because it's less extensive, the amount of heat required to overcome is going to be lesser as well. So back towards the statement of a lower boiling point than the compound of C3H8, this is going to be unlikely. It has a much higher boiling point because of a more extensive weak intermolecular forces of attraction. That means more heat is actually required. So part C, it has 2 branch chain isomers. So we can do a little bit of a drawing. So butane itself. So we're going to go for the isomer, which actually means that it should have the same molecular formula. So this is at C4H10, but it must have a different structural formula. So this one, we are looking at a CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. So the only viable isomer of butane is actually going to be a methyl propane. That comes with a structural formula of CH3, CH, CH3, CH3, and a molecular formula of C4H10. So it only has one branch isomer. The original butane without branch will have it referred to as the linear isomer. So C is going to be out. And lastly, as the same homologous series as the compound of formula CH4, this is actually methane. So you can say that the prefix itself is going to be different, but the suffix of A and E is similar. They must belong to the same homologous group here. So D is the answer for MCQ 35.